Well, they're talking about a fun 8-man tag team match, an amazing match that might have saw Snoop Dogg try to top his cousin Sasha Banks but miserably failed. A main event that is an early match of the year contender, a ending that might have said a little bit too sweet, and so much more on this episode of Kimmy Talks Wrestling. We are reviewing New Year's Smash Night 1. And oh boy, do we have a lot to talk about. I'm so excited. So first, I'm going to say I'm so sorry that this is delayed. I'm recording this at 1:50. I had plans last night. I was out all night. I didn't get home till midnight. I had to record it, and I just finished watching it, and oh my gosh, I don't even know where to begin. But I will say, so I did record the West Coast feed because I had to have my dad do it, and I don't know if they did it on the East Coast feed. I'm not sure, but when they were trying to bleep out certain curse words, it was just so funny because it was like after the curse word, like they say bitch, they would keep in bitch and then just like beep the whatever the next word was, and I was like, what the hell are they doing? So that's kind of like a note. I don't know if like that's a new thing, like maybe TNT was like, stop cursing or whatever, but that's just something I noticed. But let's get into the real show. It starts off with an 8-man tag with the Acclaimed and TH2 versus the Young Bucks and SCU, and this was a fun match. It was the correct way to kick off the show. It was fun. Lots of spots, lots of high flying stuff. It made all four teams. Sorry, I can't do math. All 4 teams look really good, really strong. But I was shocked because SCU and the Young Bucks took the win. I thought that the Acclaimed and TH2 were going to go over here, but it's what happened at the end of this that kind of got me thinking. I did not know, until I did the podcast last week, which you should totally check out, that Kazarian and Daniels was like, you know what, if we lose another match, we're done as a tag team. When the hell did that happen? Why was I not aware of this? But I think it's very interesting, and I hope that match at the end, like, when they were like, oh, if we got you're back until we challenge for the tag titles, that has to be the match of Revolution, the main event, because it would just be so good. Like, they could right up to the sunset. Daniels could continue to be the PR guy. I think Kazarian does something backstage too, and it just works. But yeah, I thought this was a really good match. I like the ending because it's like a twist, like, when are they gonna retire? When's this gonna happen? So that was super cool. It was a super fun match. But then I'll go into Wardlow and Hager for a second. Now, I was excited for this match because this is a match we've been really waiting for since Wardlow, since really last year. I didn't like it. I thought this was just a basic style wrestling match. Like, if you're trained to be a wrestler, this is the match that you would watch because it's so, just so much basic spots and basic moves that I really didn't like it. I'm happy Wardlow got the win because, as I said on the podcast, I think Wardlow needs a win because every time he's been in a singles match, he's lost. And he finally won, thank God. But I just felt like they could have done more. I don't really, of course we know Hager's background in WWE, but I don't really know Wardlow's background if he was on the indies or not. But I just expected more from this match. So I was kind of shocked here that it was just it went maybe 8 minutes. It was basic. But I did like how MJF calmed Hager down, and he was like, you should be proud of yourself because you still went out there and you're undefeated in the octagon. Look at the positives instead of looking at the negatives. And I thought that was super cool that you're now portraying MJF as a really good guy. So when he does make the swerve and he does turn on the inner circle, it's like, wow, he really played us here. But this was okay. I mean, like I said, I'm happy Wardlow won, but I didn't think the match was really good. And that also goes for Shida and Abaddon. I don't know. It was a good showing of Abaddon here, but I just felt like there was too many spots involving biting the leg or the neck or just something else. And I felt like it needed to be more of a wrestling match. Like I said, there was a lot of good, Abaddon did look very good in the match, but I just didn't like it. I'm happy Shida won. I'm really hoping that Baker is the person to go on and dethrone Shida. And I do find it kind of interesting that they did pull Britt Baker's match. If you don't know, she was supposed to reverse Thunder Rosa. I believe that was supposed to take place on night 1. And then they advertised next week that she's going to be in the waiting room with Cody Rhodes. So I'm kind of confused. But Who knows? But it was like, they just need to work on the women's division. I'm excited though, my girl Ty Conti battling Serena Deeb next week for the NWA Women's Championship. That's my girl right there. But before we get to our amazing main event, I got to talk about Snoop Dogg trying to do, I think that was supposed to be a frog splash, I don't even know. It was Cody versus Matt Seidel. This was this was probably, besides the main event, the best match of the night. It went for maybe 15 minutes. Seidel had really good offense. Cody looked really good here. These are just two people who we've seen in the ring a bunch of times and, you know, really good chemistry. And he accidentally attacked Luther and Luther's tag team partner, who I can't remember the name off the top of my head. But they like came in and they were like battling, whatever. And then Snoop Dogg was like, no, and Seidel was going to do the shooting star press. And on the podcast, one of the guys made a really good point. He was like, you know, Seidel hasn't done the shooting star press since he fell in the Casino Battle Royal, because Nakazawa keeps putting the freaking baby oil on the top rope. Thanks, bro. But Snoop Dogg's like, no, I got it. He goes to do a frog splash, and it just like, he got his knees up, and he just kind of like did sort of a worm in a sense, and just landed on him. It was so bad. I know Sasha Banks did tweet, like, you know, we gotta work on this. Please do, because this was quite interesting. But like I said, it was a good match. I don't know if Snoop Dogg's gonna do more stuff in AEW, because I do know that WWE is low-key mad about the fact that Snoop Dogg's like, I'm gonna go to AEW. I don't care that you just put out this new merch of me and The Undertaker up. Bye! So I'm intrigued. You know, I'm not saying he has to be on every week. I know that they were doing it because of the Go Big Show, which is airing tonight, I believe, on TNT at 9. But, like I said, good match. Fun segment. We love our celebrity guests. But that main event, it was Phoenix versus Kenny Omega. Oh my gosh! This was such a good match. It was everything I expected. So many close falls. You thought Phoenix was going to get the win. Don Callis did not get involved at all, which is something I was really excited about, but in the end, Kenny gets it. This is my early match of the year, and it really is. It's only the second week. Well, this is actually the first full week of the whole year, but like, you know, second week. But it was so good. I love when Dynamite puts on these good matches for free and not on pay-per-view, because something that we wouldn't do. And, you know, they do all this big stuff, and we got Goldberg on Raw. But let's talk about the ending. So, basically, Kenny keeps on attacking Phoenix. Then we got to the back. And then Death Triangle is getting beat up by the Butcher and the Blade and Eddie Kingston and the Bunny. Then Moxley comes out. Moxley starts beating down Omega. The Good Brothers come out. The Good Brothers start beating him up. The whole locker room comes, like, not really the locker room, but the people who were, well, yeah, the locker room, who was sitting outside there going to try to beat him up. And the Good Brothers and Kenny just got him. Boom, 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 boom. Young Bucks come out. And they've been hinting on Twitter about them turning heel. If you watched BTE a couple weeks ago when Kenny did turn heel, they look into the camera and are like, you know, Kenny did something I never expected. He turned heel, and they ended the episode. They've been hinting on Twitter. They've been posting a bunch of pictures of them helping Kenny, and they did it. The Good Brothers and Kenny put up that Too Sweet, and Matt and Nick joined them, and the brothers are back, baby. I know that they can't call themselves the Bullet Club, but the OGBC is back. If they take my name for them, I'm really going to be super mad because I said it here first. But this is so amazing. This is definitely what I wanted to see when TNA or Impact and AEW collided. This is good. I want to see what they're going to do with this. The Elite is in 6-man tag team action next week, so that's also going to be something cool. I don't know who they're going to wrestle. Maybe the Gun Club. Maybe Team Taz. I really can't think of any other 6-man teams off the top of my head. But can't talk. But besides the two matches between the women's match and then Wardlow and Hager, this was a cool episode. This was a very good episode of Dynamite. A great way to kick off the year. A great cliffhanger, and that's how you do a show. NXT NYE, take your goddamn notes. And yeah, that was our episode. Make sure to comment what you guys thought of New Year's Eve Smash Night 1. What are your predictions for Night 2? Make sure to check out the Bob Culture podcast for all of my predictions for, well, this last week and next week. And Kyle, if you're watching, you better not shame about me anymore, because Abaddon lost and Shido won, baby. Woo! we'll be back on Saturday for our SmackDown review. I did not do Tuesday. I did not watch Dark. I plan on watching it, and then I'll put up a review, I promise. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Kimmy Talks Wrestling and Twitter on Kimmy_WWE. And that's really it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed AEW. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Wrestling's really good right now. Let's keep this hype for 2021 and keep the positivity, because that's what's most important. And then everything will return to normal pretty soon. Bye, guys.